We are a culture obsessed with the pursuit of happiness and the avoidance of discomfort. Our lives are centered around compulsive, pleasure-seeking activities. For some, the compulsion to seek pleasure is very subtle. For others, it is very obvious. Each of us relies on temporary sources of pleasure in one way or another. The loss of a pleasure source results in discomfort and pain. We tend to repress discomfort by immediately seeking a new pleasure source. The book, Sit With It, A New Paradigm for Living, describes how alternating between pleasure and discomfort creates a life wave. The faster our life wave becomes, the more we find ourselves in a state of confusion and suffering, overwhelmed by thoughts and sensations. Sit With It recommends that we all take up a daily practice of quiet sitting, which may, over time, move us away from this state of confusion and suffering. Daily sitting can serve to slow your wave. It might be hard to believe that something as simple as sitting quietly can play a transformative role in our lives. But actually, it's not that simple at all. Sitting quietly is not a particularly popular or easy thing to do. Doing absolutely nothing is the opposite of what our society values. Most of us are caught up in constant activity from the moment we wake up to the moment we fall asleep. So, in a sense, a daily practice of quiet sitting is a powerful act of defiance. Sitting isn't about feeling spiritual or peaceful, stopping your thoughts or, quote, clearing your mind, achieving some religious or atheistic goal, generating fantasies and visualizing things you desire, and it's not about being mindful, whatever that means. Sitting is about feeling the body and its sensations, many of which are unpleasant. The discomfort that tends to arise in the body when sitting has often been repressed for a long time. A sitting practice makes space for these sensations to arise and allow you to listen to the body. Observing thoughts fetched to us by the intellect. Sitting allows you to notice that your thoughts are not under your control. They are often intrusive, distracting, and annoying. A sitting practice allows you to notice that your thoughts are not you. Noticing your addiction to activity. Most of us do not feel okay just sitting quietly in silence. The anxiety that sometimes arises during sitting can be likened to withdrawal symptoms. Try to find a quiet spot. The location does not have to be completely silent as long as there are minimal distractions. Don't chant, play music, or recite mantras. Sit in a chair or on the floor, whatever feels most comfortable. Sit in whatever position you choose, but stay upright. Being upright maintains a particular state of awakeness. No need to be super stiff and serious, but stay steady. Don't move around a lot. Rest the hands in a comfortable place. On your lap works. Set a timer. The timer app on a smartphone is fine, but having a phone close by may be distracting. An egg timer is a good alternative. Close the eyes. This helps reduce distractions. Breathe through the nose or mouth, however you usually do. No special technique is needed. Notice that you are breathing in and out. Notice that the breath happens to you. You do not have to think in order to breathe. The body's intelligence breathes on its own. The intellect will start fetching thoughts. It's usually quite relentless. You might start sensing anxiety or other uncomfortable sensations in the body. Do not try to block anything out. Just keep focused on the body. Feel the heartbeat. Notice that it happens to you. The body's intelligence beats the heart on its own. You do not need to do this consciously. Conduct a body scan. Focus your attention on your toes and then work your way up. The intellect will continue to fetch thoughts throughout the entire session. Go back to the breath. Go back to the heartbeat. Coming back to the body is more important than any fantasy or an enticing thought that will pop up. Once the timer goes off, get up. The session is over. Go about your day as normal. The transition from a fast wave to a slow wave is not necessarily fun or easy. There will be moments during sitting when you will be overwhelmed by thoughts or discomfort. Do not try to make yourself feel better, and do not try to make yourself feel worse. If you need to stop, just stop. But do it again tomorrow. Remind yourself that the whole point of this practice is to allow repressed discomfort to surface. Think of it as exposure therapy. Like those people who are irrationally afraid of something, and then experts expose them to it little by little over time until their fear subsides. Well, in this case, you're exposing yourself to your own repressed discomfort in your body. Little by little, over time, you start becoming more accustomed to feeling these sensations that you don't normally allow yourself to feel. It's not a problem if you feel uncomfortable during sitting, and you certainly aren't doing anything wrong if you feel uncomfortable. There is no goal here. You simply just get to know the body a little bit more every day. You will not become anything. You will not achieve anything. Slowing your wave is an incremental, steady process. It is not about instant gratification or about achieving a goal to be a better person or live a better life. Quiet sitting it's just a practical thing to do. There is nothing special, mystical, or spiritual about it. Consider sitting a part of your daily hygienic routine, like brushing your teeth. Commit a few minutes every day to stop and listen to the body. You can start with as little as 3 minutes a day, and you can add more time as you get accustomed. According to Sit With It, the way to live a life less centered around pleasure-seeking activities is to slow your wave. So sit with it and find out for yourself.